Hello guys and welcome to the Trading Fanatic channel. My name is Ilya and in this short video I'm going to explain to you how to correctly use and implement Forex correlation into your trading. So I get asked this question quite a lot and I finally decided to sit down and put out a video for you guys in order to get a deeper understanding of how Forex correlation works. So I'm going to go step by step and the exact process I use to analyze the Forex correlation, and I have two tools for you that you can implement into your trading arsenal and skyrocket your trading and give you a better confluence to your trades. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button in order not to miss my future educational content that is coming. And what are we waiting for? Let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so the first tool I use is provided by FX Street, a very nice website with many kind of fundamental articles, and you have a very nice economic calendar here, which I personally love to use. So I will put a link down in the description of this video because this page with the correlation is very hard to find, and I will just make it easier for you. So let's start with the description of this page. So this is the correlations page of FX Street. What do we have here? We have only the major pairs. So you have EU, UJ, GU, Aussie dollar, Euro, GBP, USD CAD, USD Swiss, NZD, USD, Euro, Yen, and GBP, JPY. So if you're trading minor currencies, exotics, stay prepared. I have another tool for you guys. But let's get into this one. So here we have the majors, and as you can see here we have different time frames. We have 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and 1 week. So personally I have found that the daily time frame and the daily correlation works best. So it's the highest probability one, and it's not as the weekly, that's the correlation through 1 week, but that's the correlation through 1 day. While the 4 hourly can be kind of very kind of up to date, I would say, which is not bad. If you're, for example, if you're scalping the 15-minute time frame, you can check the 4 hourly, but I trade majorly the 4 hourly, so I check the daily. So depending on your style of trading, I will suggest you use the daily time frame if you analyze on the 4 hourly. If you analyze on the 1 hourly, you can use the 4 hourly and whatsoever. So Euro USD currently, if we have a look at the daily time frame, we see that the pairs to the top, those are the positively correlated ones, which means that they move in the same direction with the given pair here. And as we go down, those become negative. As you can see, we have a minus 0.53 and here we have 0.55. So you always want to look at the toppest one and the one at the bottom, because those are the strongest kind of which have the strongest correlation of your given pair. So let's have a look at Euro USD now. So seeing that it is correlating to Euro GBP, but the correlation is 0.55. So I wouldn't look to implement a confluence to my trade with a correlation of 0.55. Why? Because that's a very kind of minor correlation. So you always want to look for correlation above 0.70. Remember that we're looking for correlation above 0.70. As you can see in this example here, that's on the 15-minute, but I'm just showing you as the example. We have 0.89. So that's a very good correlation, almost 90%. So which means that for the last 15 minutes, GBP, JPY, and USD JPY have been moving 89% in the same direction, which means their behavior and the direction is almost the same. So let's switch to the daily and see if we want to trade. Let's go with a live example. If we want to trade USD JPY, for example, and we want to kind of implement some confluence to the trade, what we can see is that it correlates 95% to USD Swiss franc. So that's even a very extreme correlation. So I intentionally waited for some days to pass because, as you're aware, right now the market is very choppy, consolidation everywhere. So we might have something like this on Euro or something like this extreme on USD JPY. But let's say we want to trade USD JPY, USD Swiss, 95% and Euro GBP minus 72%. So let's quickly jump onto the USD JPY chart and see it happening real time. Okay, so here is my UJ chart, very clean and very beautiful. So what do we have here? We had this very massive push up, probably news, and since then we have traded kind of to the upside, while recently we kind of had this kind of resistance area here, and right now we're resisting from it. But looking at the recent price action, we have this level, and right now we're forming this level, which kind of gives me a more bullish bias than bearish. So as we said, the positive correlation was with USD Swiss franc. So what do we expect from USD Swiss franc? We would expect a bullish price action, bullish structure, and maybe the last candles to look like this pullback, and right now we will be having a nice push up. So let's quickly check USD Swiss franc. What do we have? Exactly the same. So we have bullish structure, we have this higher low formation, push up, we had the pullback exactly as I said, and now we're having this massive push to the upside. So if you wanted to go long on USD JPY from those areas, you would have quickly had a look at USD Swiss franc and you see, okay, so price broke this level, created a higher high, and right now we pulled back and retested this higher high as a new higher low. Very simple, right? Break and retest and continuation. And so even though you saw that this price action here is a little bit like consolidation, you saw that price made a higher low, and right now we're sitting at this higher low. So you will not be worried to take a long position, because even though USD Swiss franc may have moved quicker, in a certain point of time USD JPY will push as well. So that's a minor detail that you have to be aware, that one pair may push while the other may be stalling a little bit, but it will eventually push, as you can see with this very nice rejection from the bottom and pushing up. So if USD Swiss franc now made a new higher high, I expect USD JPY to continue up and to break this resistance level in order to create a new higher high. So let's have a quick look onto another example. Okay, so we're back at the correlation tool at FX Street. So what do we have here? We have GBPUSD. Let's see if it has nice correlation. Yes, it does. So it's positively correlated to GBP JPY 0.89, which is very nice, above 0.70, and Euro GBP minus 0.90. So that's pretty obvious that GBPUSD will be in opposite correlation to Euro GBP. We all know that, for example, Euro USD is opposite to USD Swiss franc, or USD JPY is opposite to gold, and this kind of correlations that are kind of stated over the years. So let's have a look right now. GBP USD, I'm quickly going to have a look at the chart. Okay, here is GBP USD 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we had a very nice push up a few hours ago. So let's analyze. Just by looking at it, I can see that we're in a uptrend, very nicely trending structure. Recently we had this kind of resistance area here and a potential double top. But as you can see, with the overall trend, price created this higher low, and right now we had this higher low and finally a continuation up for a new higher high. So at this stage, we have to ask ourselves, okay, what do we expect from GJ, the structure-wise, and from Euro GBP? So if you wanted to take a, let's say for example, long position from those areas here, you wanted to see from GJ to be in a bullish structure and maybe a potential higher low as well. So let's have a quick look at GBP JPY. Okay, we see all the same. We have this bullish trend Uh, as well here, very nice to see, we had this failure to break above. We had this higher low formation. The previous one was right here. And right now we were forming this kind of higher low formation. So this is higher low, although we didn't manage to break above. If we were in a bearish trend, we had to wait for the break of the last higher low, you know that. So that was a perfect example if we wanted to take GBPUSD long. GJ perfectly supported it. We had numerous rejections from this level and this one confirming it, and now we're heading up. And so what do we expect from Euro GBP right now? We expect bearish structure down, and maybe potentially we can have something like a little bit of stall. We should have a resistance level again and maybe a continuation down right now, as we had this double top here continuation on Euro GBP. Yeah, that's the same. We will have a double top and a continuation down. Let's see Euro GBP. Okay, exactly the same. Perfect. So we have the structure down. As I said, we kind of struggled a little bit here. Double top formation, but we were in a downtrend, which was the most important thing. And we had this double top break below, lower low, and this was our lower high here. So you can see how just things get connected and you gain all the confluence you want from the other pairs. So I really hope you get the hang of it. You should practice for yourself, see what works for you, which time frame, the daily, 4 hourly, 1 hourly, for example. Okay, so I haven't forgotten you guys that trade minor pairs. Let's have a look at my next tool. Okay, so the next website I personally use is called Mataf.net. I hope I pronounce it correctly. So at this website we have a lot of tools. As you can see, we have Forex, stock market, and commodities as well, currency converters, and many other things. So what are we focused on? This will be the website when you enter it for the first time. You have to go to Forex. You see here the quotes and the price of the pairs, and then you have to go to trading tools right here. So this is the section that has a lot of valuable kind of tools. We have the Forex correlation, volatility, price distribution, carry trade, and much more. Pivot points, Forex calendar, and tools for risk management. So what this video is about Forex correlation. So we're clicking at Forex correlation, and here you have 5 minutes, hourly, 4 hours, daily. Almost exactly the same as FX Street. However, here you have all of the pairs you want. The miners, their exotics, you can see South African Rand, the Turkish Lira, and much more. So you just have to, let's say, okay, I'm gonna remove it. So let's say you have nothing here on your included list. So you start including Aussie CAD, Aussie Swiss franc, Aussie JPY, Aussie USD, CAD Swiss, let's say Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, Euro Swiss, Euro GBP. Okay, we had Euro GBP on FX Street. So Euro Turkish, GBP, NZD, for example. And yeah, you just have them all. So what will you do after this? You hit refresh, and those pairs should appear down below here. So how do you work with this tool? So again, I personally use the daily and the 4 hourly only. So if you're a scalper, you can use the hourly time frame, but I personally like to use the daily. So that's a little bit different. So for example, here it's like an X and Y scale here, and you have when you move your cursor, it will appear exactly at what you want to see. So let's say, for example, we want to trade Aussie Canadian, and we want to see with which currency it corresponds. So we have Aussie Swiss franc here, 87.6%, very good correlation. On to the left, we have Aussie JPY, 89%, Aussie USD 90, and then we have CAD Swiss 60. So we have Euro Aussie here, minus 74.8, which is a opposite correlation pair. So if you want to trade Aussie Canadian dollar, we should have a look at some of the other Australian dollar currencies, and we should see if Euro Aussie is in opposite correlation and is aligning perfectly to the trade we want to take. Okay, so let's have a look at a real-time example right now. Let's say we will be trading NZD-JPY. So we have with Aussie Swiss franc 94% positive correlation, Aussie JPY as well, very nice 97%, and for opposite correlation we will use Euro Australian dollar. So let's get into the charts quickly. Okay, here is NZD-JPY 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we're in a little bit of a range. As I told you, all of the pairs are like this, but we have this overall bearish trend. So this consolidation may be a potential accumulation phase for the market to go up. But if we start analyzing the recent price action, we can see that we broke this kind of supportive region here, break, retest lower high, and continuation down. So if we're looking for shorts on this pair, we have to see Aussie JPY aligning for shorts as well. But I do expect Aussie JPY to be in a form of consolidation, but the last movement should be a push down and we should be having some kind of a pullback. Let's quickly see. Okay, it's not like this almost. So we have this strong support level as I have marked here on my chart. We're in this consolidation. We have the push down and the pullback perfectly aligning for a sell. But if you see this pair struggling to break below this level and failing to make a lower low, this immediately gives you a hint that it may not be very nice to enter NZD-JPY short right now, because Aussie JPY is currently, we have this push up, push down, higher low, and it's moving a little bit kind of a bullish trend, very slow one with exhaustion, but we're making a new higher high here and now potentially higher low. So the structure is a little bit bearish and it does not support NZD-JPY. If we have a look at Euro Aussie, what can we see again? Consolidation. And if we want to go short on NJ, we have to be bullish on Euro Aussie. And as you see on Euro Aussie, we're in a bearish trend. We recently found this kind of triple bottom here, pushed to the upside, but again rejecting this resistance line here, and potentially we will be going down. So that's a perfect example when you should not be taking a trade on a certain pair, although you nicely see this kind of break of structure here, and right now we're forming this kind of lower high formation, but you can see just by the candles that it's finding support here. With after this bearish candle, we should have expected a continuation, while we have 4, 8 and almost 12 hours worth of failure to continue down. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the video. Just a final note for you. Forex correlation is a very important tool you have to implement into your trading. So I really hope you found this video useful and you're going to exercise more on identifying structures and seeing if they correlate to their opposite and positive correlating pairs. So another point is, I do not recommend you to trade, for example, 2 or 3 positively correlated pairs, because you know if the one loses, it will most likely take the others with it. So for example, if only having 1 loss, you will suffer 3 losses. For example, if you enter NZD-JPY short, NZD-USD and NZD Swiss franc short, if the New Zealand dollar decides to strengthen, you will suffer 3 losses. So it's better to always watch for the correlation. It's not a good thing, for example, to enter NZD-JPY short and Euro Australian dollar short, as we just have a look, because they're oppositely correlating pairs and you should be taking different positions on them. So once again, I really hope you enjoyed the video and found it very useful. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always get in touch with me through Instagram, Telegram, and whenever you want, I'm always ready to help you guys. And see you on my next educational video, and make sure to subscribe. Thank you.